Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's race preview. This is Spa-Francorchamps, episode 10, part 2. So we're going to be previewing this weekend's race on Sunday. So, Spa, Circuit de Francorchamps, has been with us since 1925, 75 Grand Prix held there. Ferrari are the most successful in real life constructor with 18 wins. Schumi has got 6 personal wins. We have an in real life lap record of 1:46.286 set by Valtteri Bottas in 2018. The in real life 2020 pole time was a 1:41.252 set by Lewis Hamilton. And I'm just going to quickly talk about Nemesis Racing League. Did a race there recently, which is very similar drivers to what we have in Switchback. The NRL pole was a 1:41.731 set on a soft tyre by a driver called Steinzap. Now, Tossa Kaber was only 500ths off that time. So you're probably looking at a 140, a high 141 basically, mid to high. So see how that goes. If you did want to do the medium tyre start and you wanted to, if you think you can get in the top 10, the medium tyre is about a second a lap. I think Honesy did it was about 9.5 tenths off the fastest lap when he did his medium run. Didn't get in the top 10 though, so you're going to have to really push those mediums. It's a 4.352 mile circuit. And we are doing 50% obviously, so that's 22 laps we're going to be lapping of Spa. It's an easy one stop. Soft medium if you start on the softs. If you wanted to do the alternate, the medium soft to get the pace at the end of the race, that's very doable as well. And if you do get early damage, you can switch to the hards and then you can take the hards to the end. So it is an easy one stop. It's not going to be, it's not a massive strategy track. It is just all flat out taking those tyres. They don't overheat necessarily. There's a couple of lock-up points where you might get a bit of overheating, but the corners just flow. There's a corner. They're not necessarily hard braking zones. They're all very, very flowing and lifting off. It's just a lovely track to drive. I do love it. You can lose so much time. It's such a long lap though. You can just lose so much time. The middle sector is probably the biggest place where you're going to have to try and make gains. So there we go. So with that, let's move on to this week's Hot Lap, which is by Honesy, and as always, commentated by the fantastic Nick Crofty. Nick did private message me when I sent him Honesy's Hot Lap and said it was absolutely smooth as butter. So take it away, Honesy.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the SFR Hot Lap series, and this week we're coming to you from the famous Spa circuit in Belgium. Our driver this week is located just a stone's throw away over the border in the Netherlands and is the one and only Honesy. So he's going to take us around. So we pick him up just as he heads onto the front straight here, the start-finish line, moving his way up into 7th gear. He's going to get ready to take the right-hander of the source, which is turn 1. So down into 3rd gear there, moving his way up through the gears along the old front straight. This is usually used for GT cars. Getting ready for the famous Eau Rouge, which he takes flat out, the right hander. The top of its radion doesn't lift at all, takes that absolutely flat, heads along the Camel Straight, 770 metres, DRS wide open, blasting down the straight. He's going to get ready for Lacombe, which is turns 7, 8 and 9, so brakes just before the 50 metre mark, using all the curb on the turns. Really nice and smooth there through turn 9, uses a bit of the curb on the exit as well. Turn 10 is the downhill braking zone of Brussels. Uses 3rd gear there. Some drivers like to use 2nd gear as well. Turn 11, hard on the rev limiter for Jackie Ick's corner. Now coming up is the double left-hander of Pool 1. So it's just a gentle lift for the first part, and then he's back into 8th gear and flat out for the second part of Pool 1. Turn 13, you want to brake just after the 50 metre board. For turn 14, which is Campos, you're using the curb on the exit there as well. Turn 15 is Stavolo, so nice smooth exit. Using the curb on the exit once again. Turn 16 is just a flat out kink. And he wants to keep the car to the right hand side of the track here, and he wants to set himself up for turn 18, which is the left-hander of Blanchimont, which is another flat out corner. Getting ready for the 2 last corners, 19 and 20, which is the famous bus stop chicane. So brakes just after the 100 metre mark, down into 3rd gear, run a little bit deep there. Nice and smooth on the power for the exit though. Hits the line with a 141.188. So a big thank you to Honesy for taking us around on the SFR Hot Lap series this week. Now it's back to my main man, Van Rocco.
That was a fantastic lap. Low 141s on time trial. So yeah, we're going to be looking at, I reckon, a mid 141. 141.5, 141.7. I think we're going to be going for around about that. So let's just quickly talk about some of the corners. Every corner has a name, apart from one, which I'll talk about later. So we come turn one, we've got La Source. It's so tight, such a short run from the start to the first corner, such a tight corner. Obviously, so many incidents happened there down over the years. Remember Romain Grosjean, and then Leclerc got in an incident a couple of years ago, Raikkonen. So yeah, let's be really careful going in there. Plenty of runoff, so if you do get pushed out, but the inside wall does come at you a little bit, so you've got to watch your rear wheels not to bang that and spin around. Exit of La Source, running down to Eau Rouge Raidillon, saw one of the biggest pile-up crashes in F1 history in 1998. If you go and have a look on YouTube for that, it's absolutely crazy. Then we run to Eau Rouge and Raidillon. What a series of corners these are. Flat out. You've got to have the setup. You don't want to be bottoming out. I've been struggling this week. I've got a setup which I'm happy with apart from there. So I might have to tweak it a little bit. Obviously, 2019 saw a horrendous accident with Antoine Hubert and Juan Manuel Carrera. So yeah, it's definitely got the potential to cause some big accidents. We have seen some over the years. Even in league racing, lots of drivers do end up DNF in there. So I'm expecting at least one or two maybe to go off through there this weekend. Then we head to Lecombe, 7, 8 and 9. 2014 saw Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg come together there, where Hamilton blamed Rosberg for deliberately puncturing his tyre, which I don't think you can really do, but there you go. Then the downhill right-hander, very hard not to lock up here. Brussels, who knows? 10-10. It's a very hard corner, but you can lose and gain so much time if you get your braking point perfect and you're not locking up. But let's be honest, I think I lock up there every single time. Then we head to No Name. Nick Crofty did call it Jackie X Corner. I think it has got their nickname, but technically, officially, No Name. The exit of that could cause a few front wings to be damaged, so watch out there. Then we head to Pouhon. What a corner. They're all amazing corners. I just keep saying it. Every corner is amazing at Spa. 2019, Giovinazzi went off there. Again, it's another corner where you hit that inside curb, you are off. So do be careful there. But it is pretty much flat out, apart from a little lift off and maybe a downshift through the first part of it. The rest of it is just straight back on the power. The next one, Blanchimont, you can get such a good run down towards Blanchimont, and the final chicane tightens up. You wouldn't believe. Try and give drivers as much space as you possibly can if you do see someone coming up your inside around the outside. But it's so fast, it's awful. You may as well just sit behind and try and get them in the braking zone at the bus stop. And then bus stop, yeah, great corner, very tricky, tight pit entry. There's a video I released for NRL, which I'll probably re-release for this weekend. Just a couple of bits and pieces, basically. We are running regular corner cutting, so it's the first time for a little while. There's not much you can really do. Eau Rouge Raidillon, and that is pretty much about it. I'm not going to lie. The rest of it is all just gravel. If you take too much, you're going to be hitting curbs and gravel and spinning around. The car gets so unbalanced because it's such a high-speed track. So let's move on to this week's predictions. We have a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people have given me their predictions. So let's run through them very quickly. So we've got the first one is Alpha Points. Come on, we need to do this. I don't want to be getting that. I'm going to send that in the post to hopefully not myself. No Mercedes in the points. Well, hey, this isn't mine, by the way. Cornet on the podium. Giamma top 5. Cool Beans top 5. Next one, Holmesy and Kachow on the podium. And a minimum of 3 DNFs. Next one, a pole lap time, very specific here. Pole lap time of 1:41.783. Now, I'm going to give you a 10th either side of this because I think that is very specific. So if you get a 10th either side, I will give you a point. Toss and Stewart to fight through Eau Rouge and Raidillon with no contact. Anyone else who goes through there side by side will make contact. So Toss and Stewart are going to be the only ones this weekend to fight through there cleanly, apparently. Next one is a Schietto DNF. Cornet to crash and rage quit. And rain at some point. Why do people keep doing this? It's rain every week and it never happens. It's like George Russell points. Russell points. Never happens. Stop predicting rain. It's never going to happen if you do it. Next one Alpha to out-qualify Honesy. Now, Honesy has been doing his medium runs on his qualifying, so that is possible. We'll see what happens. Haas to outscore Renault. And no racing point in the top 6. Last one is both Haas to retire. And Stuart Little pole to flag win. There you go. Sorted. So that is our predictions for this week. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we have a fantastic race. I cannot wait for Spa. Like I say, I've said it so many times, but I love it. I say it's not my best track. Probably one of my better tracks. I'm just still not massively quick there. Did a few time trial laps. I'll do a few more tonight, so we'll see how we go. Setup is key. You have to have a good setup here because you're just going to bottom out. So we're going to see what happens, basically. So regular corner cutting. Again, race attendance, let me know as soon as you can. While I put it up if you cannot race, and I will find a replacement reserve driver. And yeah, we'll see how we go. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Let's hope for nice, quick, clean racing. And I will see you very, very soon. Have a good rest of the day. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you on the grid. Over and out.